Hey,
Hey
what's up,
y'all.
everybody?
But yeah, thank you for coming in on NY Yankee Mania. It's Johnny Salami, the one, the only, the legend himself, and myself, and we're just filling in for Joe while he's a little under the weather. And you guys in the chat. So to start it all off, TYO just reported that the Yankees are heavily engaged in talks with the Cubs for the one shortstop, Nico Horner. What are your thoughts on that?
I would love to have Nico Horner on the Yankees, but the way all these reports have been coming out in the offseason, I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. Um,
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I'd be so excited to have him on the team. He'll be a great addition. But then my other concern would be if the Yankees do get him, how are they going to use him? I believe this would be his last year in his contract, so I believe he would be a rental, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Um, So I don't know if that's something that the Yankees want because they know going into 2027 there might be a lockout, or I should say there probably will be a lockout. Maybe they don't want to have to pay these players, and it's they see as a cost saving a route to go. But I'm a little I don't know. We'll see. I
Yeah.
won't believe it until I see it. I won't believe it until I see the actual these players in pinstripes because this offseason has been out of whack.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what to believe anymore. But how do you feel about
Right.
that?
No, I'm right there with you. And Ken and I were discussing it earlier from the Yankees Ugly Truth, and pretty much like this, it would be a rental worth taking because I mean he's control. I mean 1 year, he's relatively on a decent salary. We don't have to give up too much for him. I don't think so, but he's worth having because then we don't have to rush back uh Volpe from the labrum. Because Nico can cover shortstop. He can play pretty much every day. He's done that. And he could be our leadoff guy. So he solves the leadoff problem. Now, but like you
That's true.
said, with the way that this offseason has been and all the misdirection with the reporters, I'm just going to wait and see what happens before I jump up and down shouting hallelujah or, you know, because I'd rather us get it and get someone and then say finalizing the Yankees acquired someone.
What's up,
And
Sam?
speaking
What's
of
up,
Then
man?
betting,
how you doing?
Good.
What's
How you
up,
guys
bro?
doing?
Doing good.
I'm at my friend's house right now watching the football games.
Yeah, dude, it's
Hello?
yeah,
crazy
Yeah,
with these games over the weekend.
a lot of close games down to the wire.
right.
I'm sorry, Eagles fans, but I'm a Giants fan, so I'm pretty happy that Niners won. So
You got to put the money on the
I'm,
Broncos.
yeah, I'm relieved. I'm relieved. Sorry, Eagles
Yeah,
fans.
no, no, it's fine. Also, Johnny, I didn't really get a chance to hear your thoughts on the whole Cody Bellinger, the Yankees pivoting from him, most likely because they're asking way too much over in the boys' camp.
Hey, listen, I uh, I can't blame the Yankees for wanting to go a different path from Cody Bellinger because it's a little ridiculous now at this point. I mean, I truly believe every player deserves to get paid, but now we're starting to get into Aaron Judge territory, and you're no Aaron Judge. Let's be honest, okay?
Yeah,
And then, yeah, you got to face the facts. If somebody wants to pay him that money, good for him. But hey, that's what happens when you have Scott Boras. Scott Boras will bleed you dry, and I feel like that's part of the issue with the Yankees right now. With Scott Boras is they've been burned in the past, especially I mentioned before, and I'm playing to sound like a broken record with Juan Soto. With that whole deal, they feel like they had him at the very end. They lost out on it. He basically just took him out,
Yeah.
and he got he could out of them. So I feel like it's the same thing going on here. So, and I feel like a lot of teams are doing that. If I'm correct, I believe the Dodgers and the Braves kind of avoid doing work with Scott Boras for that reason. And it looks like the
yeah,
Yankees might add him to that list too.
right. And if you notice though, aside from the Yankees, the Bellinger market, I mean the whole market for the league wide
Yeah.
is slow, but there's pretty much no one else really interested. I mean, we could throw in maybe Dodgers or whatever, but I don't. I mean, because you're talking 7 years. The only player that got a 7-year deal. was Dylan Cease, and that was a gross overpay by the Blue Jays.
Yep.
Yep.
Um.
Everyone's been 5 or 6 at the most.
Yeah. Well, first of all, what's up, everyone? What's up, everyone in the chat? Johnny Salami, finally back in the house. We got Sean Browning in here and the rest of the crew. Shout out to Joe. I hope he feels better. I know he's going through
Yes.
some kind of sickness. So, but we're all here for you, Joe. Feel better. I just want to get that out of the way. But when it comes to Cody Bellinger, it's good that the Yankees are trying now. They're starting to pivot to some other people. Um, and this is Scott Boras. If Bellinger wanted to be a Yankee, he would have been a Yankee by now, in my opinion. But the problem is that Scott Boras, and he wants to drag as long as possible. And now the Yankees have checked in on Nico Herner, which is another uh, potential player that the Yankees could get. So they checked on Nico Herner. They still engaged with Kyle Tucker and Bo Bichette. So I think now we know what the Yankees' plan is. Um, I do hope you never know, anything can happen. The Bellingers camp and Scott Boras can come back to the Yankees and say, "Let's do this. Let's try and make it work." We never know. You never know. But as of
Yeah,
now, the Yankees are operating that he's going to sign elsewhere, and it's good that the Yankees are now being more aggressive now because obviously they were waiting for all the arbitration deals to be done, which is all done now. So now they can focus on making more moves. So in my opinion, I think them being interested in Nico Herner and Bo Bichette, this tells me that maybe they're interested in trying to trade Chad Chisholm because you're not going to keep Chad Chisholm if you're going to have Bo Bichette or Nico Herner. So if they get, I wouldn't be surprised if they add Chad Chisholm into that Nico Herner trade somehow.
yeah.
Um,
Well,
but no, but it's gonna be interesting. But I think they'll get either or. I don't think they'll get Bo Tucker or Bo Bichette or Tucker or Nico Herner. But actually, I don't know. Let's see what happens, and I hope the Yankees do make a move soon. But after this Bregman signing with the Cubs, which is crazy and surprising to me. But kudos to the Cubs; they're making some great offseason moves. But I think this could be the start of something, in my opinion.
yeah.
All right.
No, and yeah, I mean, because when Bregman, he's gonna play third, and Shaw, who's played collegiately at shortstop, he can move over because he's under a lot of controllable years. He's a pre-arb player. Um, and so Nico Horner would be a perfect leadoff guy, like Michael was saying in the chat as well. For us, he'd fit well, and I don't
Yeah.
believe that we would give up. We would have to give up too much as far as prospects or you know whoever. And like I said, then you don't really have to worry about rushing Volpe back to have an everyday shortstop when you got one with Nico Horner.
Absolutely. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's one thing too. I'm kind of relieved too with us talking about Nico Horner. The reason for this is because
Mhm.
Alex Bregman is now out of the AL East, which is a relief. I was getting a little worried with the Red Sox. I still think they're going to be very good this coming season,
hmm
but if they also added Alex Bregman, that would have been very scary. So not having him on the team, it's a little bit of relief on me. But we still have to go ahead and do something. We got to make moves because
Right.
everyone else improved, but we're still the same.
Yeah, and then that's the thing. We got to get a Judge as much help as he can because we know that Stan's going to be on the IL some point during the season for an X amount of time. Um, and then if we don't have anybody else that other teams got to try and strategize for,
Yeah.
they're gonna pitch way around Judge and then attack everybody else. You know,
Um.
and go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just saying is that yeah, we got holes to fill, and so I'm not gonna hold my breath and wait for Bellinger to come back and grovel with us. We're gonna do what we gotta do. And then hey, even if we end up with a Spencer Jones in left field with Austin Hayes as a fourth outfielder, and we trade Dominguez for pitching help, I'll be all right with that because Austin Hayes is a clutch guy who can be either play every day or he can be a fourth outfielder. And then we're not putting too much pressure on Spencer Jones to perform because there's enough
Yeah.
to cover.
Oh,
Um.
absolutely.
So when it comes to Nico Herner and Bo Bichette, is Johnny and Sean in the chat. Um. The Yankees need a leadoff hitter, and both of them will solve the leadoff hitter issues. So if you get a guy like Nico Herner, obviously he can set the tone, get on base. He's a good hitter to defender also. And also, if you get a guy like Bo Bichette, the one concern is the defense, but obviously he can set the tone also with the with being the leadoff hitter and getting on base. So um, it's going to be interesting and to see what kind of package will get Nico Herner here. In my opinion, if I were the Yankees, I would ask for more players along with Herner in a package deal because we're gonna give up like a hefty package. I think, in my opinion, and I got to check his contract. I think Herner's under contract, if I'm not mistaken, so I got to check on that. But I would
He's
rather
on
I
his
would
final
request
year.
I would request
Yeah,
multiple players. Yeah,
Yeah. So he's on his 1 year. But even if it's like one or two players or whatever, two
yeah,
or three players, it's doable. He's
yeah.
it's
Do you have
not
any
like we're
players in mind that you would want to put part of that trade that the Yankees could acquire from the Cubs?
The other players.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, like a couple of their not their top prospects, but maybe their like one of their second tier prospects added into the deal, and maybe one other major league player. Like I got to look back at the roster, but they have a loaded roster, so maybe we can get a guy like who can add depth. For example, like a catcher, if they maybe their backup catcher. We need a right-handed catcher still, so if they do
absolutely.
yeah.
have a right-handed catcher, we can add him and then another prospect. And also we need a first base too, but I would target those type of
Or
positions along with Nico Herner. Um,
yeah.
the Cubs do have a loaded roster though.
Right. Well, and then here, speaking of first base, what do you want? What should the Yankees do with T.J. Rumfield, and why is this guy not up in the majors?
Well,
TJ Rumfield is he's gonna get a lot of opportunity in spring training. So
Okay.
I want to see him succeed. We worked with him in the minor leagues, and I think he deserves a chance this spring training. And when healthy, obviously the injuries is a concern, but when healthy, he can definitely show what he can do. So, like I said, I keep saying this is the most intriguing spring training for the Yankees this year because you're going to see all the young players get a chance, and also, um, I brought up an idea where if somehow if um, what's his name, the one we got from the Giants, the pitcher's name, um,
Duvall.
Duvall.
Duvall. So yeah, there you go, Duvall, and then Jake Bird. If somehow they can fix their issues, and if somehow they can add to the arsenal. You're getting two players back from within the organization to add to that bullpen. And obviously, we would love to have another bullpen guy also, or two. But if he can fix the issues with these two pitchers, what a plus would it be for the Yankees to add those two and have the confidence again with Duvall and Bird. So this is the most intriguing spring training for me. I'm looking forward to seeing the young players and also how Bird and Duvall does.
All right. Yeah, and then that makes sense. And then I know right now we're waiting, but I believe the Yankees can make a move within the next 48 hours.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely know what their plan and strategy is
Yep.
the rest of this offseason. But I'm all for it right now. And yeah, I mean we waited long enough, and like you guys said, if Bellinger really wanted to be a Yankee, he would have already signed. But the ball's in his court. If he
Yep.
decides to continue chasing that faraway dream of 37 mil per for 7 years, then best of luck. Bye. Um, But also right now with the wild card weekend, it's been wild with every game
Yeah.
been close.
Yep.
What stood out to you guys? Surprised you the most?
John, you want to go first, and then
I mean, I'll just go by today's game with the Niners and the Eagles. I know the Eagles aren't the strongest this season as they've been in the past few seasons, but I really thought they were going to come ahead and win. So to see that the Niners were to come ahead and beat the Eagles, that was pretty big for me. That was the biggest for me in this season.
Mhm.
Also with yesterday's game with the Packers
Yep.
and the Giants, not Giants. I'm talking about Giants.
The
Packers and
Bears.
Bears. I'm a Giants fan, so I'm only thinking of Giants. Packers and Bears. That was a huge game too. With the Bears how they came back, and it was funny. Um, Before that trade was announced, the Bears were losing, and after they made that announcement, the Bears came ahead and won. So it was a pretty big night for
When
Chicago.
Alex
So
Raymond signed, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
Yeah,
props to Chicago guys. You guys definitely deserve it. So that'd be
right.
cool to see. Yeah, so I think that was pretty the two games for me that were pretty interesting.
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Not only the Cubs signed Bregman and the Bears won. Yesterday, they also had the Bulls one and the Blackhawks one at
Yes,
the same
yes,
time.
right.
So
yes. You're absolutely right. Yes.
that
So it was a
that,
good night for
that was
Chicago.
crazy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
and you know what?
But
They're
my
gonna dub that. Go ahead,
yeah.
Nathan. Sorry.
Sorry. My surprise is obviously the 49ers Eagles game, and kudos to Robert Sala. He had a game plan going into this game, and it worked. And he's a better. All I can say is he's a better defensive coordinator than a head coach. So to see that to see that they had a game plan set for the Eagles offense is crazy, and they held them to 19 points. And you know what the Eagles can do? They can score points, but they held them to 19 points, which is crazy. And um, obviously, the yesterday's game with the Bears Packers, that was crazy. What a heck of a game, back and forth scoring. Um, and the Bears, man, what a game! And the Bears fans waited this for a long time, and they finally got a playoff win. So which is cool to see. Um, no, you know what's surprising is the Rams Panthers game.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know that the Panthers would have held this long close in this game, even though they still lost. They had still played great against the Rams.
Oh yeah.
So that tells you that how good the Panthers team is, and they have a bright future with Bryce Young and Dave
Absolutely.
Canales. Um,
Yeah.
so, yeah, all these games has been amazing, and even
Oh
tonight's
yeah.
game is going to be fun. Patriots Chargers could go down to the wire, and this is what you want in for playoff football, down to the wire games in every game, and let's see if they can continue the trend tomorrow when Houston plays.
Right. And then you saw that the Bills had to use last minute heroics against the Jaguars. But it
Yeah,
shows you that the Jaguars are not a fluke team. You know, they're winning, they're playing at a well team, they're building a team chemistry, a core group of guys around Trevor Lawrence, and all those
uh,
weapons. It's ETN and you know, and they got a good coach, and I mean, they just were giving the Bills all they had, and you know, this is supposed. Remember that the media was already dubbing this all Josh Allen's. You know, this is his year. Without Mahomes in the playoffs, without Burrow and you know Hurts and different other. You go on the whole list, but you almost lose. You got to fight hard, and I mean that's what I like about playoff football and then playoffs in general in any sport. I don't want it to be like a blowout here or blowout there. Although sometimes that's fun when it's your team blowing out the other team, but uh, I would want it to be all close in a battle. A heavyweight battle.
yeah,
Yeah,
And then
close
and
games.
then
Too much
yeah,
anxiety.
I mean when the Bears came back from an 18-point deficit, one of the largest deficits in playoff history, but their
yeah,
largest one in their thing. I just believe they're for real. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens next week. The NFC is all set up, but the AFC games, and then you got tomorrow night. You got the Steelers and the Texans
yep.
over in Pittsburgh. So that's gonna be a good game too. and I would just like to see what old man Rogers can do,
Yeah.
and because he's supposed to have DK Metcalf back from that suspension,
Yep.
so and that
Yeah.
Washington guy on that that those tight ends on that Freemuth and Washington, those are big dudes.
Fairbrooth is
Fairmouth,
a heck of a tight end, and Darnell Washington is a good tight end too. So
yeah,
Aaron Rodgers needs to utilize all the weapons he has against Houston tomorrow.
yeah,
And then Houston obviously um, needs to do the same thing. So it should be a fun game too.
yeah. And then speaking of tight ends, the Niners lost their boy George Kittle
Yeah.
during the game.
Achilles injury.
Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting how they're gonna do it. But I mean they had their backup tight end step up. And what a game by the Mr. Robinson and Jennings or you know Jennings. Whoa, that was amazing trick play right there. That Jennings
Mm.
to McCaffrey.
Yep.
And then there was some key catches, but that Robinson guy on the Niners, he was tearing them up. He had like 4 catches for 90 something yards in the first half. And you know, and 1 touchdown. And so I mean, yeah, Brock Purdy is showing that he may have been the last man in the draft a couple years ago, but he's for real.
Yep.
And then you guys know what the scores are in the NBA right now?
Yes. Knicks just beat the Trailblazers, which is great because they haven't been playing too well the last couple of games. So it's
Yeah.
nice to actually get a win. Maybe they can turn it around, but again, it was the Trailblazers, so we'll see. But I know that just happened. It literally just happened.
Mike
Yeah.
Rabel, he
What's that, Nathan?
I think he has some bad service where he's at right now.
Oh, okay.
It looks like he's doing off his phone, so he's probably
Yeah.
over at friends or something watching the games. But yeah, the Knicks finally won, which is huge. Hopefully they can turn it
Yeah.
around because they were on a roll for a while, but these last couple of games they haven't done too well, and they actually had a game where they got blown out on. So I'm hoping this is maybe a turn for the best.
the Knicks beat. Who did the Knicks beat today?
Trailblazers.
Okay.
Yeah. And Michael wants to know, Johnny, if you're a fan, a Knicks fan like him.
Yes, Michael. I think we all like the same teams, Michael. Yankees, Giants, Knicks. So that's something we have in common. We like all the New York teams.
Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan too. Yep. I'm Knicks, Rangers, Cowboys, and Yankees.
Yeah. Well, I like the Jets in football. And basketball,
Mhm.
I like the Lakers, but I also like the Heat. Those are 2 teams I really follow. But I really fell into love in basketball. When I really fell in love with watching basketball, it was Kobe and Shaq, and they took the mantle from Jordan's Bulls. And Kobe, he was just real for real. And that team, the chemistry they had. You look at it, they had Shaquille O'Neal, they had Luke Walton, they had Rick Fox, Derek Fisher, and then you could mix in a lot of different other guys throughout the years. But that was a team. Oh, and Robert Ory was on that
Yep.
team, and yeah, they but in basketball, I also loved a lot of other different players like Lonzo Mourning, um, Dennis Rodman. I mean, the Knicks were pretty good then, but they had this hard time with Patrick Ewing after Patrick Ewing was in the end of his career of you know getting guys around him to help him out. I would, but
Speaking
now
of Patrick
I'm glad
Ewing,
they're for real.
speaking of Patrick Ewing, he's going to be at Fanatics Fest this year in July. So, guys, whoever wants to meet Patrick Ewing, come to Fanatics Fest. And a few programming notes, guys. If you guys missed last week's episode, my team and I booked Iron Eagle for the show last week for Joe's NY Mania show. Go check that out. It was a great episode. You guys did a great job with him. My team and I also booked for this Thursday coming up his son Noah Eagle, so he'll be joining this show Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So guys, get your questions ready. My team and I booked them, and he's excited for the interview. And after that, you got the special show with Chef Nick, Maria, and Joe. So after that Thursday night, so go check that out too. And guys, continue hitting the like and subscribe button. We need to bring those numbers up. And we got some new people. We got some new people last night, and our first midnight show on the show last night. So we got some new people, and hopefully, we can get more subs. So I just want to bring that up. So get your questions ready for Noah Eagle for Thursday.
Yeah, and I want to shout out that Katie's in the building now, and
Hi, Katie.
Evan is up in the chat. I don't know. Did I miss anybody in the chat? Well, we know Michael's been in there. But yeah, you guys continue to hit like and subscribe, and guys continue to rock it out in the chat. Let us know what else you guys think we should talk about in the chat, because there's not a whole lot in the baseball world right now that we could talk about.
Well, in 4 weeks, pitchers and catchers have to report, and within 5 weeks, the first spring training games are going to start. I believe February 20th is when the first games start. And I know the Yankees are scheduled to start on the February 20th. They're going to play a game. I forgot who was against, but they're going to have to do something. Baseball world's going to have to make some moves because there's not much time left before people have to start getting into the swing of things.
Yeah.
I think February 21st is the first game.
February 21st, 20th or 21st, something like that. Yes. Yep. So we're about 5 weeks away from spring training. So
it's crazy to think about. And what do you call? I hope the Yankees by then can have some moves.
Yeah. Because right now they got hole in left field. They got a hole at first base. They got holes a lot of different other places. We gotta more further solidify this team. We want to really compete because you look at it. The Astros. The Astros did get better, but the Orioles got better. The Jays got better, and the Boston Red Sox over there in Fenway, they got better. And then the Rays are gonna be the Rays. They're gonna fight us hard, no matter who they got on that team. So if we want to stay and compete in this AFC East, which is gonna look like a real dogfight next year, we gotta add some people that are gonna be contenders. They're gonna fight. They're gonna compete. They're gonna play hard, and they're gonna contribute and be clutch. Because that's one of the areas we struggled in. We produced a lot of runs, but we had a real hard time getting those clutch runs. Those first and third or second and third and nobody out, or first and third and one out, or whatever the case was. We had a hard time getting the runners in from scoring position when we really needed it, and that bit us in the butt in the playoffs against the Jays.
So one thing they always say, the Yankees score a lot of runs. Yes, we score runs in a game. We'll score 9, 10, 11, 12 runs in one game. And then in a 3 series set, and the next 2 games we'll score 1 run.
Yeah.
So we have a real serious issue, and it does come down to, not like you said, getting those clutch hits. So it's a little miscued with our numbers. If we score a lot of runs, yes, we score a lot of runs in certain games, but then we're scoreless. I remember
how many
was
of
that
those?
game that's
Yeah,
If you remember that series against the Cubs, wasn't that first game of the series where we blew them out? Where I was like, "Oh, this is great. We're back into the next two games." We did nothing. Like it's
yeah.
No,
just
We
the
scored
way the
like
Yankees
maybe
are, and
less
that's one.
4 runs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
we
and
it's
then
scratched together
concerning.
4 runs.
that one game they score 9, like Johnny just said. In one game they score 0, another game they score 5, 6. But they're inconsistent. They got to be more consistent on the offensive side. So I'm hoping if the Yankees can get um, if the Yankees can get Bo Bichette or Nico Herner, it will help out a lot and lengthen the
Yeah,
lineup too. So
because I think most of our runs were probably by one man that's 6'7", wears number 99. 280 pounds of him, Aaron Judge. I mean, the dude had like a crazy year. I mean, most of the year he's hitting 400. And even when they were pitching around him, other guys had career years, and we were hitting a lot of. So a lot of our runs were coming from home runs, and
Um,
yeah,
there's a
you know,
comment, and Ken actually made a good point. He just put
right
I was
then,
going to read it off real quick. He put, did all the AL East really get better? Hold on, I just lost it. The moves that have been made are drastic overplays. Cease, Gray, and Alonso. Ken does have a point. I feel like they definitely did overpay, but at the same time, they made additions. Um, Even if they're maybe not the biggest additions, I still feel like they're additions to the
right?
team that can help. Where we still really haven't done anything. But
Yeah,
that's a
I
really
mean,
good point from
th-
Ken.
no, it is a point too, because even like, let's say, Pete Alonso, on paper that's a real good addition with the O's, right? But on the field, he could either stink real bad, or something could happen and he doesn't really, execute to his level. But yeah, there's a whole lot of different X factors, and yeah, this thing. But it's just, but the point is we need to make some moves you know, to kind of stick there, to build the team better and to change our philosophy going into it. Because Ken also brought up a point. What was it? Um, the first series was the Brewers. The Yankees hit 18 homers in that series and stirred the torpedo bat controversy.
Absolutely. I remember that.
Yeah. And yeah, we were doing great. We were come out the gate roaring and then cool down after a little while. But yeah, I remember that when we were like scoring runs and hitting a whole bunch of homers, and and people were like, the Yankees are cheating. But everyone was using torpedo bats except for a few people that don't really need it. But yeah, I think what it is a lot of the people in the media and content creators in different places. Then whatever the Yankees do, good or bad, they want to blow it out of proportion.
Oh, I agree, 100%. Um, we're the team to hate, and even though we haven't been successful, very successful, and in the past like 16 years or so, we're still the team to hate.
Right.
Now I've seen a little bit of that tide shift where people are now starting to call out the Dodgers and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
listen, I have nothing but the respect for the Dodgers. I think the way that they're running the organization is the way you should. Um, that's the way you do it. That's how I feel. Hate me for it or not. That's the way to do it. If you want to win, you go all out and you get who
Yeah.
you need to get. And they're
I
they're
mean,
playing by the rules. People may not like that, but it might be something that be addressed in 2027 during the lockout. But hey, good for them.
hey, look, but now the teams are gonna have to give them their all. Make them have to earn if they really want that three-peat. We're not gonna just hand it to them, and write it down on paper. Here you go. No, if you want that, you gotta fight for everything. And teams are gonna give you everything they got to stop you from that. But also the other thing I want to say is, um, of the young guys, who would you want to see the Yankees give a real shot to?
Hmm. I mean, maybe I do want to see Spencer Jones. I do want to see something happen with. And you're talking about like prospects, like people in the minors,
Yeah,
right?
like our
Okay,
prospects that are on the fringe of knocking down the door.
I do want to see Spencer Jones do something. Just because it's his, it's all you heard last season. Spencer Jones, Spencer Jones, Spencer Jones, Spencer Jones. So I do want to see him do something. Now, how well he'll do, we'll see. But I feel like he's going to get his opportunity in the spring training to prove himself and see if he's actually, ready for the show. So we'll see.
Yeah. I also would like to see Elmer ERC. I'm gonna call him. Um, I want to see what he's gonna do. I mean, Lagrange's another one, and then there's also T.J. Rumfield who can really pick it at first base. Um, but I would like to see that. I mean, because especially he's getting older. You wanna keep this guy riding in the minors or bring him up, and then if we bring him up in first base with Nick Torres, and then we could just use Ben Rice. Just tell him to focus on catching, and if in an emergency situations, be a first baseman, but you let him focus on catching, and then we can trade Austin Wells before there's no value left. But part of that though, the Yankees really messed up in trading away all our catching depth.
They always do that. But I have confidence. We're a catching producing machine, and I feel like we can produce the next viable catcher. Now, how soon that will happen, I don't know, but it seems like players when a team wants a catcher, they come to us and we make a deal. So I
All
feel like we
right.
can make it happen. Unfortunately, we won't have one. I think day one, but we will have a catcher. And a right-handed catcher.
Yeah, no, I believe that too. But I'm just thinking that, Austin Wells, I mean, I don't know, but he really doesn't have the pop time that he needs. And then his arm is really not that strong or quick throw. Like I was talking with Ken, it was one of the things, but I made the comment, jokingly, I said John Carlos Stanton could probably steal it on Austin Wells. Just
Yeah,
because
you're not
like
wrong
you
for that.
watch him. And no, I mean his throws aren't quick. Like one of the things I remember with Jorge Posada, he had a pop time plus he had a cannon for like that ball got to the base quickly. So even if like the real quick runners, that ball was close. Like either he threw you out by, or you just got in there before the tag. But and then also the other thing is he's not really accurate with throwing to the bases. But Ben Rice, there's some improvement there, and if he really focused on it, I'm pretty sure he could really learn how to do it. And I'm not saying that Austin Wells couldn't learn it, but I'm just like you. We giving you 2 years, and you are an offensive first base catcher, and maybe part of it too. I got getting burnt by Gary Sheffield or Gary Sanchez. Sanchez had all that pop in his bat. And at first he had that cannon, but then for whatever reason he forgot how to throw, or he forgot what day it was behind the plate, because he made a lot of different lapses on the defensive side and catching.
No, absolutely. I'm just looking through the comments and listen, I got to be more like Ken with the optimism, and he also had the knowledge too. But he's just one of the things he mentioned on here. I'm gonna go pull it up real quick. He just put. I'm gonna read his comment. He just put. Remember that Cashman added 8 players at the trade deadline. We retained 7 of the 8 players. Cashman did some heavy lifting for this season at the deadline, improved bench and key bullpen pieces.
Oh yeah,
And he's absolutely right. And I know you hear me on here complaining the Yankees aren't doing in the offseason. I just want to see the team improve even more, just because we still have a lot of holes to fill. But Ken is absolutely right about that.
Yeah, and and also to that point is this: like the whole market has been real slow, so you can't really say, well, the Yankees didn't do anything. We signed Blackburn, we signed or re-signed Yarbrough. But some of the guys that came off, we weren't really targeting, and there's like what, probably about 70 other players, and think Ranger Suarez is still available. Um, there's a few other pitchers available, but there's not a whole lot of options on the thing, and the market's moving slow on both in the trade and the free agency. So what do you want Cashman to do? But right now we got the ham and eggers, we got the depth pieces, we got the five and diners, but we can get the bigger stuff. And what if we can get two, maybe three big splashes or one, but we can always figure it out. I mean, that's what the Yankees have done for over the years. We get the guys that George wanted, and then we figure out how to make it all work.
Oh, for sure. And I'm just going through the comments, and I know one of Nixon here, somebody mentioned about David Cohn, and I'm sure you might have seen it. He's no longer via ESPN.
Yeah,
I love David Cohn. That was one of the things I liked about ESPN, because usually that broadcast team was seemed like they had a little bias against the Yankees. I felt so it was nice to have him because he was kind of like on our side. But one
yeah.
thing I like is we're gonna probably see him more on Yes, which would be awesome.
Oh yeah, and I mean, Flaherty is no longer with the broadcasting team. And so yeah, I mean, I like having, and then the chemistry between Cone and O'Neill and Kay. They have that chemistry between the three of them that just make it all enjoyable, even when the Yankees are getting blown out. And then you add, Meredith and the little quips between Michael Kay and Meredith and Paul O'Neill and even David Cohn. I like that when there's that chemistry with that team, with the broadcasting team. It keeps you engaged, especially when
Oh,
you're waiting on
absolutely.
them to throw a pitch.
Yeah, I love how they like throw little jabs at each other and stuff, and they make fun of each other,
Yeah.
and it continues on. Like you'll see it in one game, and then like a few games later, they'll bring something up that happened, the previous game. I love it.
Hmm.
So yeah, you definitely like fall in love with like like the comedy and the chemistry between them.
Oh yeah. Um, and I like that. And then I mean Flaherty was all right. He did pretty good, but it was just kind of like sometimes he just didn't get the same type of chemistry, same level of chemistry that you got with O'Neal, Kay, and uh, David Cohn. One of my favorite lines from that team. You remember when Judge hit 60, and then
Yes.
when he hit his 60th homer, and then like three, four batters later, Stanton walks it off with a grand slam. Um, the famous line was when David Cohn said, "If you left early, sorry, not sorry, you missed it."
Absolutely, you never ever leave.
Yeah,
I tell that to
um,
everybody. I says never, even how bad it is. Listen, if I pay for my ticket, I'm staying.
right.
I'm gonna go get some food and I might be on my phone for a little bit. It's really bad, but I'm not leaving.
Yeah, and um, Nathan, you we couldn't really hear you, and your image kept kind of coming in and out, all fuzzy. So I don't know. Um,
Yeah, I think he's back in the I think he's waiting to get. But I think he's
yeah,
waiting to join again. I think he was in his car. That's crazy. Usually when
yeah,
he's in his car, it always works. I feel like his car. I don't know what it is. It just always works when he's in his car. I guess maybe not
yeah.
this time.
But yeah, guys, sometimes that is when you're doing live stream or live TV. Sometimes the connection or technical difficulties always happen. Um,
I'm just pulling up to see where we are right now with
Okay.
the
So
Patriots and the Chargers. I know they just started. Um, Actually, it's already the end of the first quarter. Okay,
yeah.
wow,
Um.
it's moving quick.
So Ken put this in the chat. 31% of the free agents have been signed. Off season is slow because of the ridiculous prices. A kid of the team, if teams have not been really active. Four of the top 25 players have come off the boards.
Yeah, it's been slow. And Ken's absolutely right. It's been a slow off season. And the prices have been a little ridiculous. It's like I totally understand these players should get paid because that opportunity might only come once in a lifetime. We're going to get a big contract, but it also has to be a little kind of realistic with the money. Like Cody Bellinger, for example, like he's starting to get towards Aaron Judge money, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like you're not Aaron Judge. Come on, like, and no, no disrespect, but you're not Aaron Judge. You know,
Yeah,
so it's insane. And I feel like with that whole new contract that they're going to be doing in 2027 for the players, I feel like this offseason is kind of reflecting on what's going to happen and where the owners are going to stand. And I feel like this lockout that might come is it might be it might be a little brutal, unfortunately.
yeah.
Oh, so now it's just me. So, yep, it's just me now here. So, I guess it's just me. I can start reading some comments for the time being. If anybody has any questions or anything, I'll just read off the comments and I'll go from there. Just pulling up some comments on here. What's going on, Evan? I see you in the chat. I hope you're enjoying Florida. I know Florida. I was down in Virginia last week. Not as nice as Florida, but it was nice to take a little break from the cold weather. Got down to like the 60s, low 60s a couple of times when I was down there, so it was pretty nice. Just looking at comments, I can read some comments off. Joe, I don't know if you can see that. I think Sean's trying to get back in to the stream. What's up, Chef Nick? I see you in the comments. I know you've been working really hard, man, lately. I agree, Michael. I think Jason Dominguez. I think it's they should definitely try utilizing him. One thing I disliked about the previous season was they didn't utilize them as much as they should. Where they constantly put Volpe on and they didn't put Dominguez in the lineup, and that was one thing that kind of upset me. I feel Dominguez has much more potential, I think, than Volpe, and I just feel like they didn't utilize him as much. So I'm hoping, if he's still with the team going into this season, that they actually utilize him more because I think he has potential.
Hey guys, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You're in there driving. That's why you're in the car driving. That's why it's working now.
Hey, what's up, Chef Nick? What's up, Evan? We miss you guys.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys.
Evan, I hope you're having a great vacation in Florida. And also, Chef Nick, I know you're working hard, and I like what Johnny just said. And man, kudos to you. And you're you're the best chef out there. And obviously, looking forward to having you guys back on the show. But yeah, sorry guys, I was leaving my friend's house and then got back into the car. For some reason, the audio didn't pick up on the thing. I had to reset the whole thing.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah. Well, Sorry that, but hey, sometimes you got to roll with these technical difficulties, and troubleshoot. And then I noticed Ken had a comment. I did post a video on my uh YouTube history channel, or True Historian, about Commander Evans, who received the Medal of Honor for gallantry in World War II. If you guys like history, guys, go ahead and feel free to check it out on YouTube. Um, I'd appreciate it.
Sean, we might have a stream, just me and you, one time, talk some history, man. Because I didn't realize you're so much into history. I think you've seen my text earlier. I'm pretty big into Civil
Yeah,
War. I love Civil War history. I have some stuff from a couple of the battlefields. I have bullets. I have things like that from from Antietam, from Gettysburg. And right now I'm really into World War One. I don't know what it is. I've been reading a lot about World War One, but I love history. So if you ever want to talk,
yeah.
we can make it
No,
happen.
it definitely will, and then or even offline, we'll talk about it. I mean, cause yeah, history is always interesting.
Yeah,
You'll always find something.
I love history too, and when they were teaching in high school and college, or especially high school, I was engaged in history a lot in high school. Um, but I can't talk history like what you guys do. But I do like history though.
Yeah, it started though with my dad. My dad, um, is a real huge history buff and more well rounded than I am in history. But he started teaching me history at 5 years old, and he'd break it down way more than what you learn in school, but to where I understood, and then I fell in love with it, and so then we would spend hours of conversation where we're just going from one topic in history to the next topic, and it's all connecting. um but it's one of the things I love, growing up, just having that quality time, you know and learning. And so I just want to share with different people. That's why I tried to get that channel up and running. um and I appreciate all the help that you guys are giving. Ken also knows a lot about history too.
Yep, and
So
yep. I want to shout out. Speaking of Ken, shout out to Ken from Ugly Truth. He does a great job putting out shorts every day on his channel. I talk about the Yankees and other things. So please follow, please subscribe to Ken. Ken from the Ugly Truth. He does a fantastic job. And also his son John. He does a great job of putting the soundboard together for Joe and other things. So kudos to them. They are the best. And Ken, keep up the great work, and John, keep up the great work too.
yeah,
Speaking of Ken, he actually I wanted to get into it. He had a comment on here. I think when I went solo on here, he had a something for me. He put Johnny, it looks like the Phillies are heavy into Boba Shep. If they sign him, would you be interested in trading for Alec Bohm?
No,
Um, I mean, I don't know. I like the idea. Um, he'd be a right-handed bat, which I think would be huge. Which we could definitely use. But at this point, where we're at, if we're not getting, say, a Bo Bichette, a Kyle Tucker, or a Bellinger, um, I think at this point we should maybe utilize these younger players. Like you mentioned earlier, I feel like we have some potential with these young players. Give them a shot, and we'll go from there.
and plus, Alec Bohm is a third base. He can't play any other positions. I don't know if he played first base. I don't know. I gotta check on that. But to be honest, Alec Bohm's numbers has been pretty much down the last few years, and the Phillies are trying to give him away. But I mean, um, and his defense is a little questionable. But I thought at this point, I will not take the risk on a guy like Alec Bohm.
Nah, I get it. You're absolutely right. That's why I feel
yeah,
we will have a better shot, with these younger prospects that are coming up.
yeah. Nothing against Bohm. Bohm's a good guy, but he's kind of up there in age. And I think Philly would probably really hold on to him. And then also, I just kind of prefer Nico Horner. I think Nico Horner would be a better fit for the Yankees than Alex Bohm.
Speaking of Yankees prospects, guys, keep an eye on Dax Kirby. He is skyrocketing into the Yankees farm system. He's an infielder. This guy is they think that this guy could be a potential star in the making. So keep an eye on Dax Kirby in the Yankee system.
Okay. Nathan.
Go ahead. Sorry, Sean.
No, I think we got a troll in the chat. But I can't really do anything.
Hey,
Somebody just
Hey, Joe, if you're listening, Chef Nick is in backstage. Also.
but the one guy that keeps trying to say we got a lame show. But hey, all right. Never mind. It got taken care of. But no, sorry, I saw it and I couldn't really do it, but I'm glad it got taken care of. Look, yeah, there's a lot of things in baseball. I mean, look, TJ Rumfield, I would love to see the chances we got with him. And then there's the one, the
Hey,
true, the
There he
only
is.
what's up?
legend.
Chef
What's
Nick.
up?
What up, Chef Nick?
What's up, boys? What's going on? How you doing?
How you feeling? How you feeling?
Pretty decently okay or bad. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm really burnt out, man. I'm really tired. Yeah. My throat's gone. I feel very weak, lethargic, but I'm still here. I just wanted to say how you guys are doing. Let's rock and roll. Let's do it. Let's go. I got my fourth wind.
Yeah.
Woo!
Speaking of rock and roll,
Let's do it. Yes. What's up, Sean?
no, I guess the founder or co-founder of the Grateful Dead passed away.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's his
geez,
name?
wow.
Oh,
Guy,
no.
Celebrated
his
that.
name is Guy, right? His name is Guy.
Yeah,
Guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, is he the original?
yeah,
Original band member?
one of the original co-founder of the band Grateful Dead.
Really?
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, I just forget what his name was. But it was announced during the Eagles and 49ers game because he was a 49ers fan. They were like, yeah, so and so, and then passed
Yeah.
away. But,
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of the Grateful Dead, believe it or not. I mean, look, I knew a couple of their songs, but I never really followed them. I sort of like chose another path with music, but
yeah,
no. But look, Grateful Dead, respectable band, very historical band as well too. I'm not gonna look. They had a lot of fans, a lot of great music, and a lot of great history too. If you guys want to talk about history, yeah, they did. They had a lot of great history with other people as well, like in the music industry. So, but yeah, just putting that out there.
Yeah. Speaking of Chef Nick, before, uh, by the way, they came out with the Red Sox offer to Alex Bregman. It was 5 years, 165 million. And some people in the Red Sox organization are kind of upset that Bregman did not take that offer. But we talked about Bregman earlier. But Chef Nick, what are your thoughts on that signing?
What was his contract with the Cubs? Because I just found out this morning.
Oh,
I
it
did
was a 5.
I did a
Yeah, 5 years.
20-hour job shift, so I didn't really get to see what was going on in the baseball world. So I found out this morning. So the Cubs signed him, but I just didn't get the figures though.
5 years, 170. 5 years, 175.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that.
So,
Okay.
oh, and then speaking of that, like a Tim put in the chat, and we were talking about it earlier before you jumped on. TYO, before we came on the show, Joe mentioned to me that according to TYO, the Yankees are heavily engaged in discussions with the Cubs for Nico Horner trade.
Okay.
But
How engageful is that? Is that 100%? Are we putting the
I
ring on
think
his finger?
it's more like, hey, what do you want for Nico Horner?
Oh, okay. So it's like, hey, what are you doing next week? Okay. I think,
I don't know how heavily, but
yeah,
I'm sure that there's some, because with Alex Bregman
yeah,
signing, Straw is probably going to move there, and since Nico Horner's in his last year of a contract, and Straw is a pre-R player, I probably want to move on from him. And the Yankees are one of the teams jumping on it, but how aggressive? No one knows until we get to the bottom of the Tootsie Roll Pop.
yeah, absolutely. I think I like Nico Horner. I think that's a great move to have on the Yankees. I think he'd be a great fit on the Yankees. I think it shouldn't be a, such a like a rush move because another team made a move like with the Cubs and Bregman. It's almost like anything you could do, I can do better. That sort of thing. It's like it's like it always falls back to the elementary school stuff, where it's like, you know what, like you had a crush, like on your classmate, and then like your best friend is like the most handsome best friend and the most like smartest, and then he gets the girl. It's like, you know what, it's just all about like, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's like it shouldn't even matter. It's like you shouldn't even matter what other teams do in the off season, because you should have a path for your own, for your. And I've said this plenty of times before, and I hate to be repetitive, but like, even if, let's just say, sure, and I've seen in the chat too, like, okay, a lot of like teams in the East, they made moves, but how beneficial is it going to be? Well, how about psychological? How about like, just chemistry wise? And this was a big word that me and Sean, even Nathan, were talking about too on the NBA show. Chemistry wise, chemistry is a big thing. It does fine, great. If like, even if, let's say, the what's it called? I was gonna say the Raptors. Even if the Blue Jays get what's it called, Dylan Cease, and then they, let's just say, for instance, they get hypothetically Kyle Tucker. Okay, fine. And then like, it's like, okay, it's not gonna be good enough. Like, other people are gonna be like, it's not good enough. They're not gonna win the East. Well, you know what? If you feel that way, that's fine. But what about psychologically and the mental game, where it's like, we got these players to jump the gun, to be better than the Yankees, to be better than any team here. So how about that? Like, what if like and I keep saying this, like the Blue Jays, even the Red Sox too, like they are very hungry, and that's very worrisome. Like, that worries me, because I would see that it'd be like, if they're trying to beat us out in every way, in every department, from pitching to defense to offense, that should worry us. That definitely should. So when that happens, when what's it called? When it's head to head with the Blue Jays and the Yankees, and they're killing us, then just come back to NY Yankee Mania when we're discussing why the Blue Jays are better than us. And it's like, it doesn't have to be all the signings, but it's all a mental game. And right now they have the mental advantage in front of us too. So that's dangerous. That's a dangerous game, to have a mental and fundamental game better than the Yankees. So
That's true.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
no,
So,
yeah.
well, we've been on
Yeah,
we've touched everything but hockey and wrestling.
Yeah,
but yeah, Chef Nick, I agree with you 100%. You hit everything right on the head, and this is the thing I don't like is when the Yankees, and I'm going to keep saying this too, when the Yankees get into bidding wars, it's not a good sign for the Yankees. Especially they usually lose out on the bidding wars with the players. But I mean, when they usually want their guy, they usually get it. But
yeah.
it's just crazy to say. I hate to see when they take a while to make these signings or whatever trades. And they got to do a better job of making sure they have they have everything set, ready to go, so they don't have to be stuck in this position where they have to obviously pivot or do something. So they got to do a better job as a group, collective group, front office, coming up with some ideas where if they want a specific guy, let's just go get him right away instead of waiting till the last minute. So That's the thing that they still have an issue with. So if they can change that philosophy, they'll be fine. But that's the thing. It's like they let all these other teams get better in the AL, especially in the AL East. And the AL East is not going to be easy this year. It's not going to be a cakewalk. There's no joke. These teams are good. Our Blue Jays are going to be good. The
Absolutely.
Orioles are going to be good. Boston is going to be good, even though they lost on Bregman. What else? Tampa Bay Rays is always competitive. So these four teams, including the Yankees, I mean, it's going to be a dogfight. So, like I said, let's see what the Yankees do. Now we know what their plan is. They just have to execute on it. And like I told Johnny this and Sean and the rest of the chat, I keep saying this. I think this is the most intriguing spring training for the Yankees this year when it comes to the young players and also Jake Bird and Duvall.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely. I agree. Just want to point out T-Road's comment. Are the Blue Jays forcing other teams to spend money? No, because why T-Road? They're doing their own game. They're playing their own game in the off season. So again, good for them. They deserve it. They deserve to do pretty much to make all the moves that they want in the world and get better. Because that was their taste. That was their taste. Pretty much of being in the World Series, Game 7. Like, it's crazy. This is what they want more. They want more, and it's like they I don't know. But yeah, going with Nathan, with your comment. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the Yankees right now, and I mentioned this a couple of times when I was on during the stream. It's the fact that I think the Yankees, whatever they do right now, if they don't sign any big players, then they go with what they got, I'm still going to support them. But now, fine, you're technically running it back, quote unquote, with other players, quote unquote. So I don't want to devalue any young players because they all have talent, but I don't know what they can do on the MLB level. If they want to bring up Jones, great, and I want that, but I don't know what he could do on this MLB level. Same thing with Elmer Cruz too. I honestly, in my opinion, I hope they don't trade him for Freddie Peralta because I want him more than Freddie Peralta, and because I think he's the future of the Yankees. I think he's healthy enough to pitch good for the Yankees if the Yankees do treat him well in that aspect. If they, the strength and conditioning coaches and stuff like that, if they, if they keep doing their things like with their yoga and then their planks and everything that they want to do, like ballerina dancing, I don't know what the hell they do, but they need to make this right with the players to not get injured. And so far, it's been mediocre to worse at best. So I think right now with Elmer Cruz, I think he has a great shot right now to be on the Yankees roster, and I think it's a great time to do that. So I wouldn't sacrifice his potential right now because I think it's a for him to a great time for him to just explode with the Yankees. But in regards to right now, yeah, like I said, if they run it back, this is on the Yankees. We can complain, we can be pissed off, we can be sad, angry, depressed. This is every right that we have as a Yankee fan to do so. But it's not going to change anything. The only thing we can change is ourselves. We can say, I'm never going to go to Yankee games. I'm never going to buy any merch. I'm never going to do this, never do that. That's fine. That's great. You can do that. I know what I'm going to do. But other people, they're always going to take their kids to Yankee games. They're always going to buy merch for them. So it's not going to change any mindset with Hal and Cashman. This is how they're going to run things from now on. We have to accept it, and we have to be slapped in the face with it because right now we are, and that's it. That's the done deal. It's not going to be all rainbows and ponies. They're saying this is what we're doing in a sense, not being transparent, but this is what they're saying pretty much like without saying it. It's like, okay, we're not going to do any big moves for now, quote unquote. But but I want to bring up also too, even if we have let's just say Jones and TJ Rumfield, I'm a big fan of him. I hope they do great things with him. If they're not going to do anything with, let's just say Jones or Rumfield, even Dominguez, you know, I look. I mean, I have my thoughts with him and my feelings with him too. Then, if we have a great package to trade them for for a pitcher or even a right-handed bat and prospects too. I'm not just saying one right-handed bat. I think now is the way to go. And yes, we can't wait for that. This has always been like pretty much what I've been saying to you guys too. Every time we can't wait for Bellinger. I can throw every cute name in the book, like sweetheart, princess, queen. I don't know, like everything. And it's like we can't have this the guy that we fall in love with comes down like the stairs to the prom in a beautiful dress, like a heavenly white dress, and we're like, wow, you look beautiful. This is how we're treating him. It's like, but and also he has his dad Boris, his that's his agent dad Boris, and he controls it. Like controls pretty much everything that he wants to say. And for Bellinger too, I honestly think he should listen to Clay. That's right, not concrete or just like any other type of material substance you want to build a building. Clay Bellinger. That's right. He was on the Yankees. I think he should listen to him. Is he? Probably. But Boris, he has his best interests with money, not like morals and stuff like that. So this is sort of like what we have right now. I'm not going to get into beat writers right now because that's another story. I don't want to make Sean laugh again like I did a few days ago. But but yeah, I'm gonna skip that. But he's laughing right now.
He's laughing.
I go there. I just scraped the surface, and that's fine. But this is where we are right now. So right now, we can be angry tomorrow. We can be angry the next day after tomorrow. We can be angry 2 weeks from now. We're still going to say the same thing. I just want everyone to know that in the chat. It's like, what are the Yankees going to do? What are we doing? Well, this is it. And this is where we are. Until they make moves, you could have feelings. You could have tingles. You can have the universe feelings like in your mind, in your heart, and in your body after a workout. That those are called endorphins. Whatever feelings you have, it's the Yankees are still going to be the same way. So we can't take a break from our lives to be like, what are the Yankees going to do? This is it right now. Here's the silver platter. So you have a piece of crap with a rose in it. Here you go. This is it right now. So this has to get upgraded. When? I don't know. This is up to them. So you really, like, again, every right that we have is to express our feelings. But until then, this is what we have right now. So we have to deal with it. That's it.
Yeah. No,
Have a good
I
night.
I totally agree with you. And but to Nick's point, and then also to Ken's point, he brought up that Boris screwed Bellinger with his last contract, the 3-year deal with the Cubs that was opt-out laden. Both is gonna screw. Boris is gonna screw him again, and right now, so far, he is, because Yankees were pretty much the only team really in on him that really wanted him back, and we offer a generous 5-year, 30 to 32 million per year, and they come back with a counter that says, "We want 7 years with 37 mil." You're not Aaron Judge. You're not Aaron Judge. You're not Shohei Ohtani. You're not Aaron Judge. So, and Cody, you have a career, you have a track record in your career of excellent years, down years, injured years, excellent years, down years. And you want to ask for the moon, not going to happen. So,
Sean, absolutely. I think that again, like we can throw every every name in the book with how Bellinger is. Like and we can joke or joke around it every day. And but it's true. It's like it's funny to say, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense. It's like, why are we waiting for him? Why are we just? It's like it's pretty much we're putting his interest instead of the Yankees, like what they want to do firsthand. It's like they're Yankees are improving their own club with free agent minor league signings, depth signings right now. All like just I don't know. I mean, that's great. That's great to see, but it should be the other way around. It's really it's not for me. It's not like a good game plan, because with that, it's like you're not missing out on that. You can sign anyone. You can sign any other depth pieces, like someone that's had 2 Tommy John surgeries, that looks like RoboCop, that that's missed the major leagues for 5 years. You can do that. That's great. That's a great success story. You can do that, but it doesn't have to happen right now. It just seems like it's like Bellinger is like the sun, and we're revolving around him or something like that. It's just everything like that, and just it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to be that way, and it makes us look bad. It makes the Yankees look weak, and that's what bothers me too. It's like we could have just said bye to Bellinger, bye to Boris. We could have done that a lot of times, but now it's just right now. It's like even if we sign Bellinger, great, and a lot of Yankee fans are going to be like, either or. They're going to be like, okay, we should have, or we should have, signed him sooner, or great, we have him right now. So it's not going to be 100% agreeable with the Yankees. So Yankee fans, I'm sorry.
Now, before we get to T-Rose's question, Ken also put in that according to Yahoo News or whatever, a few of the stories, the Yankees are linked to former Blue Jays pitcher Chris Bassett.
Okay.
Would you take old man Bassett?
Why not?
I wouldn't mind Bassett on a short term deal. You can just plug him in right into the 4th or 5th starter role. Obviously, I'd rather have an upgrade in this 2 role, but I mean, Chris Bassett will bring any. He can go deep into the games. That's a big thing. And he's an innings eater, and he has a great track record. So I wouldn't mind him on a short term deal, like a 1 year or 2 year deal. So yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
It would help fill in that void without. I'm going blank now.
Without
Garrett Cole, without Cole and Rodon at the beginning of the season. So that definitely helped of that void. And then, if he turns out to be decent, that'd be awesome. I mean, down the stretch, we'll have another great pitcher.
Yeah. And then T-Rose question. For each of you guys on the panel, do you think Bo Bichette will launch the Yankees into a World Series? And is he worth $300 million? That quote unquote to some beat writers is his asking price.
Well, Bo Bichette, who would you rather have, Bo Bichette or Bregman? That's a question that I had in my mind all day. Like, who would you rather have?
Well, Bregman, although he's pretty much a third baseman, he's a lot more solid defensively and offensively. So Bo Bichette is a 300 hitter, but his defense is sus. And then we're already crowded at second base. We'd just be further crowding. He'd solve one problem, but then create 2 other problems.
Yeah. I mean, when the Yankees somehow sign Bo Bichette, then the Chad Chisholm trade becomes more likely. So,
yeah.
I mean, and then also if like a guy, the problem with Nico Herner, I think he has 1 more year left, right, on his contract, Sean? Yeah, and Johnny?
Yeah, 1 year. He's in his final walk year.
I mean, I would love to have a guy like Nico Herner. I mean, we cannot give up too much. That's the thing. Like I said, don't have to give up those top prospects. Maybe like a couple pitchers, and then maybe like a Chad Chisholm into that trade, and then you can get more back with Nico Herner. But I don't know. It's just that's the cheapest option. That's a cheap option right there, rather than signing Bo Bichette to a $300 million contract, which would be surprising if the Yankees do that. And obviously, they're gonna whatever they do here at this point, they're gonna go over the luxury tax, the Steve Cohen luxury tax threshold. So no matter what they do or don't, no matter what they do, they're gonna be over it for sure.
Yes, absolutely. No matter what free agent signing that they do, they're going to be over it. I think it's going to be one. It's only going to be one free agent signing. So pick your whatever good poison, your healthy poison that you want. Because a lot of people don't like Bichette. A lot of people don't like Tucker. A lot of people don't like Bellinger. So just pick whoever you want and then state whatever they're good at and what they're not good at. But the most important things that the Yankees need to do is trades. So I again with the rumors and checking in, again I said my little spiel with that with Freddie Peralta and Elmer Cruz. If there's an echo there. If they're gonna trade Freddie Peralta with for Elmer Cruz and a couple other people too, I don't think that's a great move because I think Elmer is the future of the Yankees. I think they need to focus on him in being a high caliber pitcher. Freddie Peralta, I'm not going to take anything away from him. He's a great pitcher himself, but any injuries that he had, I want to put aside from that. I just want to see who's the better pitcher. And the better rebuild for the Yankees. And I think Elmer Cruz is. Putting him as a starter, yes. And right away, I don't think so. But eventually letting him go into the rotation slowly, learning on the job pretty much, of course. And we talked about this too yesterday with Andy Pettit being a special advisor in spring training. I think that's going to be beneficial too with any other help that he gets. So, again, with Rodon and Cole being out, you have two slots open. So I think this is great for all the other pieces that are in the rotation to move up. And then Elmer Cruz can be the fifth starter if he wins the job out of spring training. But also with great mentorship and also great teaching, he can be a stud muffin man. Yeah. He's great.
Yeah. And then you got
let's go.
Yeah. Well, you also got the ace, aka Professor X, Professor Cole, Garrett Cole, who he loves to take young pitchers along with young teammates and bring them under his wing, and they'll sit there and break down the whole pitching arsenal and every all that stuff while the game's going on. So that's gonna be a good thing for ERC or even Carlos Lagrange, whether they use him in a bullpen or and transition him to a starter or whatever they decide to do with Lagrange.
Yeah,
that's another arm that I would love to have. Plus, also the Yankees did claim a young guy and Caleb Ward.
Yes,
from the Astros. Now that's a guy that I see as a perfect Matt Blake project because he's career 5 ERA. He's got a cutter. He's got a few other pitches. But he's a guy that can benefit from Matt Blake and Andy Pettit in the shadows, and he could really learn. And we've done it with Luke Weaver. We've done it with Wandy Peralta. We did it with Clay Holmes, where we turned these 5 to 9 ERA guys into all-stars while they're with the Yankees.
We turn these ham and eggers into filet mignons. That's how you say it too.
Bacon eggs.
Right.
Yeah, but I do the word what do you call it? The word signing, it's really intriguing because the one thing he does have, obviously, I saw some highlights and whenever he gets a strikeout, he shows emotion, and that's what I
Mhm.
like in a pitcher when they show emotion, and that means they're committed. They want to win, and he's
Yep.
coming from a winning organization in Houston, and obviously he had a few obviously has experience, but if you get him in a room like with Matt Blake, maybe he can change his arsenal a little bit and change his stuff. So it's an intriguing move. I like that, and also I like um, the guys they picked up minor league deals like those couple the outfielder Cage Gadley I think I brought up in the thing, and also Corona and then this other player. So like I said, they're adding depth to help out with the team, but now hopefully we get to see the main guys come and hopefully the new main guys and the main guys that is returning. But yeah, keep an eye on Ort and keep an eye on the guy we got in the Rule 5 draft from the Cardinals.
Cade
Yeah,
Winquist.
Cade Winquist.
Yeah.
I think that guy maybe that guy could be an intriguing add to the bullpen if need so. But the one move I do really like though, right from the beginning, was getting Tim Hill back, because this guy has been reliable. I love Tim Hill. He shows emotion also. He brings us that old school type of pitcher. He's our grandfather in the team. So I think with him now on board, I do feel confident. As we could put him in any inning, he'll do his job. So I do feel confident in that. So I'm happy that Tim Hill's back. So that was a big move. But now, can they capitalize, especially in the bullpen? At least they need at least two more pitchers. That's why I brought up names like Duvall and Jake Bird. They can be big adds if they can fix their issues.
Absolutely.
You don't have to go outside the organization. I would love them to get at least one reliever outside, but you can still fix it from within.
Right, you can. And like you said, you got Lagrange, who's on the fringe of coming in, and we could even bring him up as a bullpen guy if he comes out of spring training firing great. That's another option for the pen. However, and then if things work out and we can convert Louis Seal to the pen as well. There's another option. But we're close to an hour 30 on the stream, and I got to get ready for work here soon. So we're gonna do final thoughts, and then so that way Nick can get some rest and feel better.
Thank you.
And also,
and then everybody else.
And also, Joe can get some rest too.
Yeah, Joe.
Right.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah,
Joe.
Joe.
No, joking.
No. So
Breaking news:
So the-
Florence Nightingale has signed a 7-year deal
He's said Florence. I love it. I love it.
but
to be the main writer for NY Mania. Breaking news.
He's a Florence Nightingale. I love it. Okay.
but no. So Johnny, why don't you start us off with final thoughts?
Yeah, so here we are, another week. Nothing major happened with the Yankees, but hey, you know what? It is what it is at this point. I'm not going to stress out too much about it, because at the end of the day, I have a life to live. As much as I love the Yankees, I got things I got to handle too. I'm still going to root for this team, even though you might hear me talk trash on the team from time to time and say I'm not going to go to the game, we're not going to buy the Yankee hats. I'm still going to be the bozo that's going to go hit the store and wear the Yankee hat and go to the Yankee games. I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite when it comes to that. I love the Yankees too much. But listen, we do have a lot of young prospects coming up, which I do feel good about. I do feel the Yankees will make one move before pitchers and catchers report. What move that would be, I can't say, but something will happen that I feel will improve this team. That's really about it with the Yankees. Right now, I know last I checked, it was tied between the Chargers and the Patriots. Let's see where that goes from there. But it's been an interesting NFL weekend. And I'm excited to see this coming weekend for more football. So right now, my money's on the Bills and the Bears for the Super Bowl. So let's see if that happens. And I want you guys to make a prediction, too, on your final thoughts, too, to see who you think the two teams are going to be. But that's all I got to say, guys. Have a good night. Chef Nick, I hope you get better. Joe, hope you
Thank
get
you.
better.
Thank you.
Sean, stay safe at work. Nathan, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Yep.
Yeah, and let's go Yankees.
All right. And Nathan.
Yeah. First of all, shout out to Johnny and Sean for starting this stream off. You guys did a great job, and obviously the chat did a great job, and obviously this is why I love sports is it's always the next man up. Whoever is not, or whoever has an injury, whoever is not feeling better, is always the next man up, and we have the next man up. We do, we really do, and I think no matter what, if Joe's not here, if anybody from the panel is not here, anybody can step up. We have a bench that can play starting five. We really do on this channel, and even on our Job on the Mouse show, we have the same thing. So it's kind of cool to see everybody work together as a team and trying to get to that one goal, which is a championship, and that's what we're trying to do to grow even more. So, yeah, shout out to the chat guys, Ken from the Ugly Truth, as always, Corky, Cruz, T Road, everyone who is joining. Joe, feel better, Joe. Feel better, Chef Nick. Get all the rest you need, and obviously, Sean, stay safe at work. Johnny, you know, I already know what you bring. You're one of the best, and no matter where you are, you're the plane guy. I'm the car guy. So
Yes.
no matter where you are, you're still there. So kudos to you, Johnny. And I know that you're always busy at work, but you always make time to come on the stream. So kudos to you. So a couple of programming notes. I know if you guys missed the last week's episode with our client and Iron Eagle, go check that out. They did a great job at Iron. And now my team and I also booked his son, Noah Eagle, for Thursday, January 15th at 10 a.m. Eastern. What's up, Corky? So he'll be coming on. So get your questions ready for Noah. There's gonna be a great stream. He does the same exact thing what his father does, broadcasting games on NBC Sports and Nets games too. So get your questions. It's gonna be a special treat for you guys from us. And also after that night, Thursday night, you're gonna have Maria, Chef Nick, and Joe. So tune in for that show. That's gonna be a great show as always. Special show there. Guys, please continue liking, subscribing. We need to get the numbers up, and obviously the new people in the chat. And guys, go check out our first midnight show that we had last night. It was amazing, and we had good numbers. My friend Assad, he was on this panel last night from the gym. Good friend of mine. So great job. He did a great job. So let us know. Let us know in the chat, guys, if you want to make this like a regular thing, midnight on Saturdays. But it was a fun show. We talked about everything, and I was surprised that everybody was still awake at that time. But that's what we call prime time. So, and also, let's go Yankees. I feel confident that they're going to make moves soon, hopefully here. Let's go Knicks. Big win for the Knicks, finally.
Yes.
So let's keep that going. And also the NFL playoffs. All these games has been great. And by the way, this game now is crazy. 3-3 only in the second quarter, which is crazy to think. But my Super Bowl pick, I got the Bears. The Bears. What a big win for them yesterday. So I got the Bears going to the Super Bowl, and I got the New England Patriots going to the Super Bowl. I do feel confident in the Patriots. What Mike Vrabel is doing, Drake May playing great football, and I mean, obviously he's going to be in the MVP discussions. So let's see what happens there. But man, what a great weekend of football! This is what you want for NFL playoffs and the ratings to go high. So kudos to them, and kudos to all these teams. Hopefully it can continue tomorrow with the Texans and Steelers. But yeah, Patriots 6-3 at halftime. Thank you, Cruz. But shout out to everyone. More to come, and see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah. Chef Nick,
Yeah.
the one, the only legend.
Yeah. Yeah. Look. I want to mention one thing before I do. There's something that I said yesterday on the basketball NBA channel that we had was the fact that there was if you guys are a fan of the movie The Bronx Tale, there was one scene where Chaz Palminteri, he was in that scene with Colagino, this long Italian name. all these Italians with their long first names. So Colangelo, as 7, 8 years old, said, "I'm very upset because the Yankees lost." And then Chaz Palminteri said, "Why are you angry? Are you angry at Mickey Mantle?" And he was like, "Yes, I'm angry at Mickey Mantle." I'm paraphrasing too, but Chaz Palminteri said, "Does Mickey Mantle pay your bills? What does he do? Why are you angry for?" So it's like that sort of thing. It's like you can apply that to uh, life of what you're doing. You could be a fan and be angry, but you can't really apply that to your real life because it's gonna sort of cross over and sort of mess everything up that's going on right now. So again, like anything that the Yankees are doing, um, you can't really depend on them for your day. That should be something that's extra. Look, if you're working hard, if you're working more than 15 hours a day, God bless you. You deserve every peace in the world. But the Yankees shouldn't even give you peace or even stress. That's the last of your problems. You have more problems in life than the Yankees right now. But whatever they're doing right now, let it be. Let them shoot themselves in their own feet or foot or their own body or their head, whatever you want to call it. This is on them right now. So let it be. If they want to run it back, let them run it back. It's only up to us to decide how we feel in regards to that. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah. Joe's still here, right? Okay.
Yeah, he's in the background.
Oh, he's in the background. Okay, I thought he was sleeping. Well, Joe, hope you feel better, and I'll feel better too. We'll we'll definitely talk, and we'll try to be healthy for the next show. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it nice, short and sweet. I think that we shouldn't wait for anybody to sign with the Yankees. I'm not going to name any names because you obviously know who I'm talking about. So we should definitely go on our different path and our different journey with the Yankees, no matter who it is. We all have our issues with Nick Torres at first base. I had my issue with him when I first heard his name, but I also called myself out. No one called me out. I called myself out, and I love it. You know why? Because it's like, why? And even with the Yankee coaches too, Dan Fiorito, Nathan's friend, Dan Fiorito. I had an issue with him because I never heard of who he was, but I did research of who he was, how he was in the Yankee organization, and like, why don't you give them a chance? Yep. Just let him give a crack at it. You know, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, it's like that's the thing. So anyway, I'm going to leave off with this too. I'm not going to be available next weekend, Sunday, because it is my birthday. So
happy early birthday!
Right.
So I didn't tell Joe because I hope he's not sad about that or angry. But yeah, so I'm going to be family. It's going to say
21, right? Yeah. 21. When we turn 21.
21 plus.
Yeah, January 18th. That's my birthday. That's next week, I believe. Next Sunday.
Nice.
Wow, losing track of days.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you keep working 20-hour days now.
Dude, yeah,
they all blend together.
I also want to say sorry to everyone too. I'm not feeling well. I'm very lethargic and very sick
we got some breaking news.
Oh,
from Evan.
What?
He'll be doing a Nathan here. Ready for this? I'll be going to the Nets game on Friday. NBA show from the car. Here we go.
Wait, what?
No, Evan said he will be going to the Nets game on Friday. The Nets.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, all right. Awesome.
NBA show from the car. Here we go.
There you go.
He's got to make a short. He's got to make a short from the game.
Well, him and his brother should do a short from this stadium.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, do a short from the game. Yeah.
So just to close this off too. No, thank you guys. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Salami. Thank you, Sean. You guys always rock too. I love being with you guys. Great chemistry as always. Yeah. So I just I just look, if you, God bless you if you sneezed, or God bless you in general, because health is a big thing, because if you overwork yourself and you start to feel it, man, you start to feel like a lot of a lot of like weakness and a lot of lethargic type of feelings too.
Yeah,
So
I felt it.
always take a break. Always take a break. Always, and I said this during the Crystal Ball show too. It's always like put yourself first with that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and well said. And I felt it last week when I was sick.
Yeah,
and,
man.
And now I feel a little bit better. Now better.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, like Chef Nick just said, have time for yourself. And T-Road.
T-Road. Yeah.
Yeah. Comment, right? Comment.
A joke.
Oh,
But,
Yeah.
so, in closing,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys, pray, take your vitamins, and you know what? In the words of Hulk Hogan,
Oh.
what are you gonna do when the Yankee Maniacs run wild over you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go,
brother.
Sean. Let's go,
But
Sean.
and Joe, take us out with Ion Eagle.
Yep.
Hey, everybody, it's Ian Eagle. You are watching NY Yankee Mania.
Let's go.
The best.
That's dope.
Love it. So what else do you want to talk about? Sydney Sweeney?